Good morning. This is the Bastrop County Court at Law, March 22nd, 2021. The court calls number 09-13391 in the interest of Ronell Saucedo III. This is originally a case that originated through the Attorney General's office. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know. I'm going to address that. Oh, so, ma'am, would you state your name on the record?
My name is Cecilia Ann Flores.
And are you asking for anything to change today?
No, I'm not. We haven't even completed the 75 phases of supervised visitation yet.
Okay. Mr. Saucedo, you filed a motion or a petition to modify. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And what are you seeking to change?
I'm seeking the change of visitations for my youngest son, Julian, to regular visitations, since he is of age now.
Okay. Okay. Would you both raise your right hands, please? You swear the testimony given this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Saucedo, state your name on the record.
Ronell Saucedo.
I'm pulling up your motion to modify. There was a motion to modify filed on January 14th, 2020. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's the pleading that you're wanting me to look at?
Yes.
Okay, and you're not asking for a change regarding Ronell Enrique Saucedo III?
No.
You're asking for a change with regard to Julian?
Yes.
Okay. And Julian is 11?
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay. And what is the visitation in the previous order?
As of right now, it is a supervised visitation, 13 consecutive visitations.
And what happens after that?
After that, it goes to a standard visitation, just like Ronell.
I'm looking for the original order. Okay, the case started August 18th, 2020. And then trying to find where that order is. Okay, for right now, I'm going. Okay, so Mr. Saucedo, you want to address how many? Oh, I wish I had that original order. Do y'all know the date of that order?
For when we went to court in July?
Well,
was
the
July
order that
6th.
is, okay, so there's a, no, okay. There was an order in July of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
That was a order suspending his commitment. That was on just about child support only. But there was there was an original order that you're both referring to where he had supervised visits. And I just don't see where that is.
Hold on, let me find it.
I think that was like 2014, 2013, something like that.
That was back in 2012. It was March 5th, 2012.
Huh. Was that in another county?
No, that was Bastrop County. We had court that day, and I had to call into work because Ronell Saucedo didn't show up for it. So I had to call into work and stay there until the very last time, because they wanted to give him every opportunity to show up.
All right. There's a way back, there was a progressive visitation order that really addressed just through 18 months of age, goes through 2 and 3 years of age. So but that was a good long time ago. There had been another order after that. All right, let me explain to you what the problem I'm having is. That on my computer, that is the computer file, it shows the original petition being August 18, 2020, which can't be the right thing because this is an 09 case. Where the style of the case begins 09 13391, that means it was started in 2009. Y'all did have an order in that, and you had that's where the progressive visitation was that went through 3 years, right? Through 3 years of age. So that's 11 years ago, right? So that's obviously, and you're referring to me to an order, but the earliest thing I have showing on here, even though it says original petition 08-18-20, it was filed 08-18-2009. So there's a problem on that. So it makes it difficult for me to find this order that came out of all of this. On August 29th. Okay. Jennifer, can you come in? So my file shows there was an original petition in suit affecting the parent-child relationship filed, and whereas this computer will note that it was filed on 08-29 of 20, but this is actually of 08-29-11, unless somehow that's only a partial date up there. See, 08-20, 08-18-20. There's a 11-16-20, was it to reopen that, but it's actually
It's 2019.
11/16/2019.
I wonder if they're putting it in the date that it was signed. Oh, no, that's a petition.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Unless, I'm going to put you on mute for just a second while I try to straighten this out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, let's go back on. All right, so I found this order, and so there were 13 periods of possession, followed by another 13 periods of possession, progressing to another 13 periods of possession, followed by another 13 period possession, and then another 13. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. And it progresses from one beginning at 1 p.m. and ending at 5 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Saturdays for 13. And then beginning at 1 till 5 on first, third, and fifth Saturday for 13. Another 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Saturday for 13 periods. Then 6 p.m. first, third, and fifth Saturday, and ending at 6 p.m. on the following Sunday, and then beginning at 6 p.m. on the first, third, and fifth Friday for 13, and then we go to a standard possession.
That's correct.
Okay. And so with the older child, that has been completed or not?
For the older child, it
never
was
had
never in
to-
place to do to do supervised visitations. It was just the standard plan. The standard agreement for Attorney General.
Okay, so that was always standard possession.
Correct. For Ronell, it was always the standard possession.
Okay, and why was this different for the younger child?
For Julian, it was different because at the time Ronell was going to Gary Job Corp and wasn't ever involved in his life as an infant.
Okay, so the question is really, I mean, that does make sense that this type of visitation is for an infant.
Mm-hmm.
And why should we continue to have it now? What's the need for having the shorter periods of possession?
There is no need for it.
Okay. And are you okay with his changing this to being standard possession?
I'm okay with it, but I know Julian is just a little, he's not really wanting to do it.
Okay, Mr. Saucedo, let me let you address this request.
Excuse me?
You want to address this request?
Yeah, yeah, I was never really in his life because I never had the chance to. I don't feel like he needs supervised visitations. I get my two younger daughters from another case. They come with me without supervised visitations. Plus, Julian has his brother coming with me. And I mean, if he doesn't feel comfortable, he's gonna have his brother there with him. He's gonna have all his sisters there with him. So I don't see no need for him to be uncomfortable.
Have you?
It might be a little uncomfortable to begin with, but I'm sure he's a kid. He'll open up to it, like my oldest did.
Okay. Ma'am, tell me anything else that you want me to know about making a decision on this. Because basically, the way I understand this is that Mr. Saucedo would just want an order saying that says that we supplement the previous order to state that Julian it's now subject to standard visitation. And you're asking that, what are you asking for?
I'm not asking for anything. I know that the boys have spoken strongly to me about not wanting to go over there. But I guess that's a totally different, that would be a totally different case.
Right. Okay.
Which if they choose to, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I want to hear from you.
I mean, if they choose to, I would file a motion to let them be able to make that decision, whether they want to go over there on the weekend or not.
Mr. Saucedo, if I grant this order and then either now or down the road, they're both saying, well, I don't want to go. How do you anticipate handling that?
I'm not sure. I'll just handle it when it happens.
Okay. It is how I phrase this. It's not an uncommon thing.
Yeah.
Teenagers
to
get involved and to get involved. The older they get, the more involved they are with their own friends and their own lives, and the less they want to go back and forth. I have a 19-year-old daughter I was in the same town with. She goes to college, and I was there Saturday, and I still couldn't see her because she was too busy with things. Now, of course, she's an adult now, but all I'm saying is sometimes these things have more to do with something other than their relationship with their parents, because as the older they get, the more independent they become. And if it's not a problem now, it still might be a problem down the road. So you need to both think about how you handle things like that. And one thing I suggest, Mr. Saucedo, is that sometimes you can bargain for something different, and not necessarily with the mom, but let's say, for instance, one of them is playing high school sports and then has friends, and something's going on that weekend, and there's a party or there's friends to do things with, and they're like, Dad, I don't want to come. I've got things going on here. You could always say, well, look, if I don't make you come today, hey, can I pick you up for pizza tomorrow night? There are things you can do to keep that relationship and still let them be their own person growing up and mature. Let me encourage you to do that, because, even if you and their mother were together in the same home, you still have to bargain for your time with them as they grow older. Okay, I'm going to grant this.
My goal.
Yes, sir.
My goal is just to let them know that I'm here for whatever they need down the road. I just want them to know that I'm here.
Yes, sir.
That's my goal.
I agree with Mom. Whether they want to come, and as they do, that's a different issue than we're doing today. That I hope y'all won't end up having to come back. That's no fun for anybody. But if that does, then I'll try to take it up and address it as need be. I'm going to grant this order, and what we're going to do is just issue an order that says it is a supplemental order in suit affecting the parent-child relationship, and stating that for Julian, he is now subject to standard possession. And so that doesn't get rid of this previous order. It just supplements it to say that he's now part of standard visitation. Okay.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
How soon will it take effect?
Well, it would take place as soon as we sign it, which I would anticipate would be today. And whenever the visitation would begin, let's see, it's first, third, and fifth, and so this would be the fourth Friday, so it wouldn't take place then. It would be
Easter weekend.
Of April. It would be at the beginning of April. Okay.
So
yes.
I do have one question. The children do church on the second Sunday of every month. They are in a congregation with my father-in-law, Reverend Gibson, and they do church. They do Zoom meetings every second Sunday. I'd like for them to be able to continue that if possible, with my in-laws.
Reverend Gibson?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Saucedo, can you and Mom work that out?
Yeah, it should be no problem.
Now, if it's this, what days did you say? Second and fourth?
Second Sunday of every month.
Second Sunday of every month.
Yeah,
so that would only conflict every now and then.
Second Sunday fall.
That's right. It depends on if the second Sunday is following a first Friday, is the same weekend as the first Friday. So, Mr. Saucedo, if you can, there's no reason why you couldn't take them and drop them off to that yourself, or make arrangements to get them back early and let that happen. But if that's important to them, religion is important to me, but that doesn't have to be important to y'all. You have to raise your own children. So I would not force that, but at the same time, I would encourage you to do what's important to your children.
Okay.
Are you satisfied that he'll work with you on that?
I mean, I guess we'll see.
All right, we're going to issue an order that just supplements this previous order, and it will be filed, and then it will not change your previous order, other than simply saying that for Julian, he's now subject to standard visitation.
Okay.
All right, thank you. This completes the hearing.
Thank you very much.